But that makes more sense for a game like Call of Duty, not for Diablo.
What?
Yeah, because
he's playing a hard mode.
That takes more time.
He's not sitting at the camp all day like you did with Deckard Cain.
That takes way more time, though.
But that's why he's doing it so fast. That's why he's got the record, because he has to do it fast.
It does nothing to play Diablo fast.
You like classical RRs. You don't like the EV stuff. We get it. You don't have to hate Elon because of it. So, you heard about all the gamer news about Elon lately?
No, what happened?
So you know he's like a big time gamer, right?
Isn't he like ranked in Diablo?
In the world or whatever.
He's on the chart. Is he #1?
He hit #1 at one point.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I heard it's really hard to do that.
Based off of like time to complete like the hardest mission. Or
That's crazy that he could put that much time into that game with everything else he's doing.
And he plays Diablo hardcore, which is like if you die one time, your character is permadead.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's really intense. And then running like 8 multi-billion-dollar companies.
I feel like when he decides he's gonna do one task, he just locks in.
How can you be the richest guy in the world and do that? Maybe he has an assistant that just plays all the shit. He goes, okay, boss, time for you to come in, and you come in.
I heard him talk about
So
it.
this is what gamers are currently debating about. Is Elon Musk cheating at video games?
He could be running a script.
Is he? Really? Maybe. They say that he has been exploiting loopholes, possibly even hiring top tier players to boost his digital resume.
Interesting.
So he's got a high spot in Diablo 4, which is really tough to do, right? But how do we know that it's authentic, or does he hire out? You know, exploit certain things, exploit game mechanics to achieve high rankings.
That's because
I just can't believe that, man.
if I was playing like Assassin's Creed, right? And then remember how much running you had to do in that motherfucker? If I could just hire someone to do all the running for me, and then it's like, all right, it's time, boss. And then we swap, and I can play. And then I go, all right, now go to the next
Wait, which game for running a lot?
Assassin's Creed.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, there's
come
like
on.
the transport places when you go to the top of those like beacons.
You
Right?
can fast travel. You know you can fast travel, right?
What? There's so much running.
Dude, they're just like with every game, there just comes a point where you're competing with that person's real life time.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like there's nothing you can do. So I just can't imagine that. Like anybody who's at the top of the leaderboard just is gotta be like a loser. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do.
But then in this case, it's maybe not.
It's funny because like with GTA, like when it first came out, that's like we were like constantly trying to have the higher level.
Yeah.
And then once we ran into a guy that was like, and this is like within the first few weeks of like online mode like debuting, we run into a guy who's like at 250 already.
That means they did 10 hours
and
a day.
everybody's like
Yep.
mega no life, and he got all like sad.
That's what people.
Because we were nonstop playing, and he's like 5 times the level as us. We're like, what the?
That happens at the launch of any game. There's always some absolute goddamn loser who's like just number one.
People weren't cheating yet, so we were like, no, this guy legit is just doing this all the time.
I mean, if we're gonna be talking about specifically a guy who is like Elon, there's also got to be more than just like cheat codes, like anomaly, like maybe just see shit different.
Like he just has the strongest computing power out of everybody.
Or he's just like the kids who clip through Mario levels. Like he could be doing some exploits.
See, that's the thing is I don't know nothing. Like I don't even know the gameplay of Diablo, and I have no idea.
Diablo does have exploits, but like that's if he's number 1, that's where he's at.
Yeah, it's tough.
He was top 10 for sure.
He was definitely top 30. I saw.
No, he was top 10, and then because of in the Diablo 4 there was a like hardest perma fucking death, like quickest time that put him to rank number 1 for a moment.
Got it.
So he like officially reached that status at one.
But there's
point.
some other loser who got it, who took it over after.
Probably.
Smoked Elon.
That's like calling them both losers.
I still just can't imagine anybody having that much time, even with an exploit.
Do any of you guys play Diablo?
I played Diablo 3, yeah.
I've played Diablo 2. I tried 3 and I got bored really quickly.
Is it just like a turn-based game? How does it even work?
No, it's like an RPG, but like third person, like a MMO RPG.
How do you rack up points?
I don't know.
Is it to like is it how many levels you complete? Like how does that stuff work?
It's like you complete levels in a certain amount of time. I never played this kind of shit. I didn't even know this shit.
It's like imagine like an open world where you just take on certain quests. You could just do whatever you want from like a list of things.
Yeah.
And then you get with other players in that world to like do them together.
And basically every Diablo game is the exact same game, almost like Zelda, where it's like you wake up, or like you're like some guy and something crashes and you got to talk to Deckard Cain for whatever reason every time.
And then like as you do more things, your character gains more levels and you find better gear.
Do you think he could be piggybacking off of all the other like strong players?
That's kind of what makes it not fun, because like I was playing it with my friends, and then when I can't play, they still play, and then I come back and their levels are so much higher, and then they're just like killing everything around. But I benefit from that.
Yeah.
But then I have nothing to do because they're slaughtering everything.
You're like a heel bitch.
I'm just kind of like walking with them.
You're holding the flag. You're playing the trumpet while they're fucking in battle.
What kind of? I feel like we're just like on a tour.
I remember a lot of people were selling like the gear too.
Yeah, you could sell.
So
yeah.
like if Elon's like can buy all the gear.
Because I know homies that used to play Destiny, and like guys would hit them up to be like, "Hey, I'll pay you $200 if you can take me through these levels."
What?
Like some of my buddies were that good, where like they would hire them to complete the levels for Destiny, and they would just do that all the time.
But even if he were doing something like that, and he gets to the final challenge, if he's still the one playing and gets through that with the skill and the time,
He's Gucci.
that's still him.
Yeah,
He
for
needs
sure.
those skills.
I believe it's him.
Or that's like saying like even if he's like he's got all the money in the world, so he gets to buy all these things. That's a cheat. That's like saying like if Mark Zuck, if he through all of his resources can get really really good at jiu-jitsu and whoop the top #1 guy, doesn't matter how he got there, he's still got the #1 spot.
I just can't imagine to what end. Like the higher likelihood would be that with his tech knowledge and everyone he knows, he would probably develop a bot that would just script it for him. Because like people would do that for a lot of MMOs. Well, they'll just like have a program that runs, and then like people like Thor from Pirate Software, he can tell who has bots, and he like they'll like fish them out and delete their accounts because they can tell by the pattern that they're running and what they're doing that they're like, okay, I'm gonna program my bot today to just mine ore.
Yeah, they're AFK farming.
Like, yeah, they're not even touching the game, but then they'll just leave their computer on and they're just getting ore like the whole
While
time.
you're not playing.
Yeah, you're not playing, but you just want the game to be like going AFK. But then, if he's doing that, why? Like, what's the point of that?
Because that means you like the prestige of the score, but then because I imagine he actually likes the game, which means he probably wants to play it himself, right?
Right.
Well, or he's just like, yeah, I gotta do that because I really like the game and I want it to progress as far as possible when I come back because I gotta go run like Tesla real quick.
But then, like, going all the way to the point where you're like that high in the leaderboard, that means you've probably gone so far up that there's nothing left to do.
But how do we know he's running Tesla? Who's running it while he's away? Shouldn't they get the credit?
Yeah. He's playing Diablo.
I don't know how true it was, but
All he did is he told the guy to invent it.
a couple of years ago, he broke down his like schedule and how he spends time with his kids and all that. But I don't know how true it is, because like you know how there's always like marketing involved, right? Like Warren Buffett, does he really fucking eat McDonald's every single morning?
I believe him on that one.
Maybe he looks like a McDonald's
He looks
guy.
like a
He
McDonald's.
literally
boy.
looks like his body was made.
But he also owns so much of McDonald's. It's like, why not conveniently bring this in?
Yeah.
So, like, I did see the Elon schedule, and he goes, yeah, I have time for my family, and I do that. That's the first thing I do, and then I get into work at, like, 10, and then I do... And I'm like, really, though? Because I don't know any entrepreneur that, like, is not obsessed and not sleeping.
Well, the word on him too is that when he took over Twitter, for example, he like slept there for like a week. Like
And everyone can see him sleep under his desk, is what he says.
Just.
So I'm like, how do you spend time with their family then if you're sleeping at work?
Right?
Yeah, but it reset the culture there, and then he was able to see who's doing what and what's worthless and not. And then when the whole internet made fun of him for firing a shitload of people and saying "R.I.P. Twitter, it's over tomorrow," it was fine.
Unless his kids take turns playing his account. That makes sense.
But kids suck at games, dude. You ever play a game with kids?
Kids are good at Diablo.
I think it's funny that like Musk is so large in so many statured ways that like accusations against him for like cheating at Diablo is a conversation.
Yeah, it's the
But
best.
that's kind of sick.
It's the
It's
best.
because it's the time thing. There's no way a guy with that much shit that he has.
Unless he's got 3 clones.
Well, didn't he tell Joe Rogan that he's like, nothing is better for your brain than like just
Like video
attacking a video game on max difficulty because it's got all your focus. Like
He did
nothing
say
else.
that, yeah.
What if he does that to help him think?
Yeah,
So,
but
like,
that's-
what if it's like his multitask?
But that
where,
makes more sense for a game like Call of Duty, not for Diablo.
What?
Yeah, because
He's playing a hard mode, bitch.
that takes more time.
He's not sitting at the camp all day like you did with Deckard Cain.
That takes way more time, though. Hard mode on Diablo.
Well, that's why he's doing it so fast. That's
Yeah,
why he's got the
doing
record, because
fast.
he has to do it fast.
It does nothing to play Diablo fast.
Oh my god.
That's not a game that.
You like classical RRs. You don't like the EV stuff. We get it. You don't have to hate Elon because of it.
You're dick riding Elon over here.
Yeah,
okay?
dick riding.
That's like reading a novel quickly because you think it's harder to do.
Also, when you put your speed doesn't play into your score.
No, it just
Not with
does
that kind of
no, it
game.
does nothing. It's just like that doesn't really.
Well, if in that particular thing for the status, if you
It
beat that
boosted
level in the fastest
It
time,
boosted him.
then you get a higher
There
rank.
is something to that in a mode that you obviously don't play, dude.
Yeah, come join the dick.
But that's like
riders.
saying
Come suck some dick over here, dude.
Just come and
Yeah, it's like saying World of Warcraft.
Because it's not a dexterity-based game.
It's a dexterity based.
It's not like you don't. There's no. It's not reflex-based where you're like, oh, I'm gonna turn up the speed on this one and really like go hard. Like it doesn't really make.
Can't do a speed run.
Damn, dude, we got a real programmer here, dude.
Programmer.
more like a pro.
He is our gaming, our
liaison.
gaming guy. Yeah, liaison.
It's more. Yeah, it's more based on like arrangement and like how cleverly you can like collect and arrange all these like pieces of gear and like rarities.
So you're just mining ore? Is that what you do in this game?
No, you don't. You can.
Hang out with Decker Kane at the
I don't
campfire.
know who Decker Kane is. Dude. Is he a wizard?
It's the only name I remember for that game. Other than
It's
Diablo
like-
himself.
Figuring out what you want to wear today.
Yeah.
So since you're like the expert about all this and everything, and you know everything about it, what's a good game to be max engaged with then for your brain?
Max engaged for your brain?
Tetris.
I don't know. It depends on what kind of brain you have. But if you want to play something like fast,
Elon brain.
That's World of Warcraft.
You can't even compute.
I don't know. I just don't. I honestly just don't believe that he's really playing that much Diablo. I just can't believe it. I really can't because you just need so much time dedicated to it.
I will say Black Ops 6 is pretty tight. If anybody wants to get back on COD.
I want to do it.
Elon?
I think for as smart as he is, I think he has more of a Bill Gates brain, and a Bill Gates brain is the brain that says a genius finds an easier route to do it. And I think the easier route in a brain like that is to honestly to cheat. Yeah.
You guys don't think that every single kid in the whole world saw that clip of Elon on Joe Rogan saying like video games are better for you than anything else and all this shit, and they showed it to their parents immediately to be like, hello.
As soon as I saw him say that, I was like, I'm gonna play some games, yo.
I think that's a cool thing to say. That's why he said it.
Apparently, it actually like increases your reflexes by like 20% or something.
It's true. Yeah, it does. Yeah.
My reflexes have been pretty good, dog.
That's why they make older people play it, like because it's like good for your eyes. Yeah.
When GTA 6 comes out, we are doing a gang, right? Like legit, right?
Squad of 6.
Were we talking about like how like
2025.
surgeons like should be playing fucking video
That's what it
games?
was. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Because it.
We're talking
helps
about that
them
here,
with-
yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think Bart might like Call of Duty.
He
I
doesn't
think he
look
would like
he
it.
agrees.
It's more-
So he doesn't look like he agrees on his face. Look at his face.
I just don't.
You like shoot guns,
I
right?
never played games in my
He's
life.
like, what is a Call of Duty?
You know.
Yeah, it's like.
And I suck. Oh, you know what I did? So I downloaded Roblox so I could play with Taika.
There we go.
Yeah.
And then I was playing with it on my phone and I got a headache. I was like, I don't know if I'm
You
meant
like
for games.
CQB?
Motion sickness.
You like CQB stuff?
I think so. but I
Yeah, we
don't-
put them on. You know.
We'd be better fit playing something like Pico Park, where it's just like side scrolling.
Oh, you know what I like playing with? I like playing like the motorcycle with Taika at the arcade. Is that fun or no?
Yeah.
We can't exactly do a gang, can we?
Yeah. Fuck.
Well, I'll play whatever you guys are playing. I'll try to join in.
Yeah, right. You were playing Bejeweled Blitz or some shit like that.
I love Clash of Clans.
Speaking of motorcycle, Road Rash.
Oh my
Classic.
god, the best, dude.
Classic.
The best.
Have you ever seen Road Rash? It's a game. It's a game where you're on a motorcycle and you're fighting other guys on motorcycles with
It's so
chains
fun.
and
I
kicking
love
them,
that
hitting them with
game.
pipes.
Bat and just hit him in the.
Yeah.
And then you could keep buying new bikes.
They're making a Twisted Metal movie.
Yeah.
Looks really good.
Really?
Looks really good.
I hope it's as good as the Borderlands movie was. It's my favorite movie of the year last year.